The Chicago Headline Club presents the 2019 Peter Lisagor Awards. Hello, I'm Brandis Friedman, correspondent and co-anchor for Chicago Tonight at WTTW. I am also a longtime member of the Chicago Headline Club, the largest chapter of the Society of Professional Journalists in the nation. This year, the Headline Club's annual Peter Lisagor Awards banquet has been canceled due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Each year at the banquet, the Headline Club recognizes excellence in journalism in the Chicago area. So we're doing things virtually this year, and we're adding a few surprises. Joining me now is Robert K. Elder, Chief Digital Officer for the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists and the current president of the Chicago Headline Club. Rob, good to see you. Welcome.
Brandis, thanks for having me, and thanks for helping us honor the Lisagor recipients this year.
Happy to do it. So here's what we're going to do. Rather than read off the winners in all 122 categories, we're going to highlight some of the awards and direct people to read the full list of winners at headlineclub.org.
And we also have a special announcement to make. In addition to the $50,000 in grants that we've given out this year to struggling journalists, every finalist and winner of a Lisagor Award this year will receive a free membership to the Headline Club and to the SBJ. So please visit our website for more details, but if you're named as a finalist or a winner, you'll get a free membership or renewal for a year.
That's a nice bonus, Rob. Thank you. We are also asking that people share photos of themselves on social media with the hashtag #WeAreTheHeadlineClub, like the one shown here, so that we can all stay connected and show our support for journalists locally. So now, without further delay, let's kick it off. We're starting off with our 2019 Watchdog Award. The nominees are The Quiet Rooms from the Chicago Tribune and ProPublica, Illinois, by Jennifer Smith Richards of the Chicago Tribune and Jody S. Cohen and Lakedra Chavis of ProPublica, Illinois. You're Destroying Families by Melissa Sanchez and Dua El Deeb of ProPublica, Illinois. And Unwarranted from WBBM TV with reporting by Dave Savini, Sama Assad, Rebecca McCann, and Michelle Youngerman. And the award goes to The Quiet Rooms by the Chicago Tribune and ProPublica, Illinois. Congratulations to those winners. The judges added this comment. In an incredible year for Watchdog entries, ProPublica and the Tribune led the way with this deeply reported and meticulously documented expose of the systematic misuse of seclusion and restraints on students in public schools. The research that went into the reporting was unparalleled. Hundreds of interviews, along with 300 public records requests that fed into a database of 35,000 incidents, and the story made both immediate and long-term impacts in public schools. This was outstanding work on behalf of many vulnerable kids and their families.
Thank you, Brandis. Next up, we have the Ann Keegan Award. To present this honor, we have a former award winner, Colleen Mastany.
The Ann Keegan Award honors journalists who write stories that capture the dignity and spirit of common men and women. It was created in 2012 to honor Ann Keegan, a longtime writer for the Chicago Tribune, whose work was distinguished by compassion, character, and courage. Her stories often profiled everyday people whose struggles and triumphs, if it weren't for Ann, were unlikely to land on the front page. This year's winner of the Ann Keegan Award is Lolly Bowen. She wins the Keegan Award for her deeply reported and beautifully written stories about life in the city's African-American community. In her winning entry, she wrote about the ritual of older Black women passing their expensive fur coats on to younger women, former residents of the Stateway Gardens public housing complex who, 12 years after the complex was demolished, still gather for reunions, and a 98-year-old woman who ministers to prisoners at Stateville Correctional Center. In these stories and so many others she's written over the years, Bowen impressed the judges with her eye for detail, her sense of humor and humanity, and in the true spirit of the Ann Keegan Award, her ability to capture the dignity and resilience of common men and women. Congratulations, Lolly. We're so happy to give you this award today.
Thank you, Colleen, and congratulations to Lolly. Our next award is for Best Podcast. Let's get to the nominees.
The finalists for Best Podcast are Motive by Colin McNulty and Frank Main, a collaboration between the Chicago Sun-Times and WBEZ Chicago. Bear Download by Mitch Trubisky, Rich Campbell, and Dan Wiederer at the Chicago Tribune. And lastly, Public Official A by Dave McKinney, Colin McNulty, and Kevin Dawson of WBEZ. And the Lisagor goes to Motive by Colin McNulty and Frank Main at the Chicago Sun-Times and WBEZ Chicago.
And congratulations to Frank and Colin. All right, now on to our next category, Best Education Reporting in Newspaper or Magazine. The finalists are The Robeson Issue by Arisa Apentaku. I apologize, Arisa, for saying your name like I did. Olivia Obeneme, I apologize to you too. Bridget Vaughn, Bridget Newsham, Lizzie Smith, and Ellie Magia of Southside Weekly. While some small private colleges struggle, others ascend by Lynn Merrick of Crane Chicago Business. And Urge to Merge, difficult times for law schools have prompted several to attempt to be acquired by other schools by Stephanie Francis Ward of the ABA Journal. And the Lisagor goes to The Robeson Issue from the Southside Weekly. Congratulations again to those winners. On to our next category, Best Short Film Documentary.
Thanks, Brandis. And the finalists for that category are What Happened to the Chicago Mob by Jim Williams, Edward Marshall, and Cornelius Mack of WBBM TV in Chicago. Reclaiming Chicago Lawn by Martha Irvine and Emily Leshner of the Associated Press. And finally, A Town's Pride by Ashley Resin Garcia and Lauren Fitzpatrick of the Chicago Sun-Times. And the Lisagor goes to What Happened to the Chicago Mob from WBBM TV Chicago.
And once again, congratulations to all nominees, finalists, and winners alike. Now, on to our two Lifetime Award winners. First up, Jim DeRogatis, who co-hosts Sound Opinions, heard weekly on 125 public radio stations nationwide. DeRogatis spent 15 years as the pop music critic at the Chicago Sun-Times, and he continues to write music journalism and criticism for The New Yorker and other outlets. He's an associate professor in the Department of English and Creative Writing at Columbia College. DeRogatis also has written 11 books, including Let It Blurt, The Life and Times of Lester Bangs, America's Greatest Rock Critic, and his latest, the critically acclaimed Soulless, The Case Against R. Kelly. Congratulations, Jim.
It's an honor to get this award from the Headline Club. The joke that I've been telling since I was first called. The call was sort of trepidatious. Would you be insulted if we gave you this? And I'm like, Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I'm not quite dead yet. I'm always more excited about the next taping of Sound Opinions, the next story. I just wrote a piece about the sad fate of Chicago's small clubs, what they're facing after COVID-19, whenever it ends. For the New Yorker, I'm always about moving forward. I don't look back all that often. It's nice that my peers in the Headline Club did and are honoring me, not only for spouting off about my opinions for so long in Chicago, and I've never just seen it as me telling anyone what to think. I see it as starting a conversation. That's what I do on the radio show. That's how I viewed my columns in the Sun-Times or this piece in the New Yorker or anything I've written. And also the journalism. If I can be a scold for a minute, I think Chicago journalists, not only on the music beat, but Chicago journalists, period, failed 48 young Black women whose names I know and whose stories I have told for 19 years, recapped in my book, Soulless, for 20 years, going back to 1991, almost 30 years, victim number one in the story of the man whose name I won't even mention, but he sits in jail facing 43 state felony counts. I don't think that music criticism can only just be criticism. I think it happens in the real world, and sometimes news stories intrude on a very real way. And just because a beat is quote unquote entertainment I don't think it absolves us from being a journalist. If there's a lesson I would give my students at Columbia College Chicago from this and from this honor, it's that you need to bring passion to your criticism, and you need to remember that you're first and foremost a journalist.
Thanks, Jim, and congratulations again. Now to our next Lifetime Award winner.
Thanks, Brandis. Often called the Dean of Arts and Entertainment Journalists, Clarence Waldron has enjoyed a distinguished career in journalism for more than 35 years, including a 29-year tenure as a senior writer and senior editor at Jet magazine. Waldron has been an adjunct professor at Northwestern University's Medill School of Journalism since 1998. And if you go to the Headline Club's website, headlineclub.org, you can see photos of him in action, interviewing everyone from Dexter Gordon and Tony Bennett to India Ari and Ella Fitzgerald. Congratulations, Clarence.
I am very honored to be the recipient of a Lifetime Achievement Award. A Lifetime Achievement Award says that you have done a great job, that people really think that you've done it. And that's the attitude that you have to accept it. So I'm very honored. I'm very humble, because I do know there are lots of journalists out there who are simply wonderful, who are not getting the attention that I'm getting. So I'm very, very grateful for this award. Thank you.
Once again, Clarence, congratulations. And we'll see both of you and Jim DeRogatis at the Lisagor Award Banquet next year, which celebrates our 100th anniversary.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one next year, Rob. And finally, we have a secret award.
That's right, Brandis, 2 of them. And we've been trying to keep these awards secret all year. And we were going to spring them live on our unsuspecting honorees at the event. But now hopefully they're watching them live on this video with everyone else. And we are joined by a special guest to present the award.
Hello, I'm Bill Curtis of Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. I am pleased to announce the first honoree, Howard S. Dubin. The Lisagor Awards wouldn't exist without Howard Dubin. Literally, he actually started them when he served as president of the Chicago Headline Club in 1977. He's also been a longtime fixture of the National Society of Professional Journalists, so much so that they have already named an award after him. Howard has been a tireless supporter of journalism, locally and nationally, working on the front lines and behind the scenes to provide vital training to journalists. His wisdom, steady hand, and sonorous voice have guided many a decision of both the Headline Club and its foundation. In both roles, he has elevated the institution of journalism in our city and beyond. So, we recognize Howard with this special service award for all his hard work and dedication to the Chicago Headline Club. Congratulations, Howard. And our final secret award goes to Susan S. Stevens, the backbone of the Chicago Headline Club. In addition to serving as the club's longtime treasurer, Sue has been their institutional memory and the voice of reason during times of transition. Sue, who spent most of her journalism career at UPI and the City News Bureau, is a journalism pioneer who joined the Headline Club in 1969, the first year women were officially welcomed to join the Society of Professional Journalists. Sue also is the club's longest-serving member of the board, which she joined in 1988, and is the current president of the Chicago Headline Club Foundation, which provides scholarships and funding to local journalism activities. It's my pleasure to recognize Sue Stevens with this special service award for her passion and commitment to the Chicago Headline Club. Congratulations, Sue.
And thanks again for joining us. And don't forget, you can find the rest of the winners on headlineclub.org.
And remember, finalists and winners will also be given a free membership or renewal for a year. You can find out more on our website. And Brandis, thanks so much for helping us.
Absolutely, my pleasure. And of course, don't forget, everybody, please do share a photo of yourself on social media with the hashtag #WeAreTheHeadlineClub.
Thanks again to everybody for all your hard work and diligence. Be safe out there.
For all the members and friends of the Chicago Headline Club, my friend and I would like to say, you stay classy, Chicago.